my peoples of Mombasa and beyond, hello the great people of Kenya. I've spent years fighting for justice. As an activist and a daughter of this land, and a voice for the voiceless, have stood against corruption, land theft, the broken health system, and the police brutality. I've named names, I've paid the price, and I have never backed down. But now, I take the next bold step. I'm joining Safina Party under the leadership of Honorable Jimmy Wanjigi and Wakili Willis Otieno. Leaders who believe in justice, clean leadership, and the people first politics. I'm not joining politics to chase power. I'm here to bring power back to you. It's time to rise from protest to policy, from shouting at the gate to sitting at the table, from the grassroots to the Senate. We have watched over the years people looting our taxpayers' money with excuses, no accountability, no deliverance, no nothing. We have cried, we have wrote petitions, we have walked on the streets. What did they give us? Death for our kids. I'm tired, especially me, I'm tired. And the rest of the Kenyans are tired. Seeing a regime, seeing a party which cannot come into terms that they have not won the election. Every coalition that we vote in the government, they move in, they manipulate it, they create demonstration, sharing of power, manipulating the policies and the bills and the constitution of this country. We are sick and tired of being led by goons who position themselves as people defenders, as the poor defenders. In Coast Region, have watched for years as we carry one party on our back. But end of the day, what did that party do for us? They give us goons to lead us. We cannot be led by goons anymore. We cannot be led by cartels anymore. Cartels of Coast Region, the ones who say that they belong in Coast Region and they speak for the rest of the Coast Region. You don't speak for us. We can never allow you to make Coast Region walk on their knees. Coast Region, it's at his knees. We are tired of carrying one party and their goons in Coast Region. We need to create a table of representation. We need to be represented equally, Coast Region, from Swahili to Mijikenda, from Mijikenda to Wapwani, and everyone, because I understand, according to the Constitution of Kenya, every Kenyan counts. Equal accountability, equal deliverance, equal everything. And that is the reason I've joined politics. I'm your daughter. You have been here watching me fight, watching me going to jail cells, watching me being violated, impunity by the same cartel who position themselves as people defenders. We are tired of the goons from one party looting our taxpayers, and every 4 years term, they will look for the excuse to get into the government. And the minute they are in the government, the policies don't work. There is a campaigner in Mombasa who called herself presidential coordinator. A few weeks ago, she sent a message to the media saying that UDA is dead and ODM is also dead, which is very true. Because Coastarian are sick and tired of being led by ODM. We have given ODM our blood, our sweat. But what did they give us? Goons. Women who display that the only leadership women we can have in Coast Region is sex. They display openly in an open air that when leaders, or let's say politicians or businessmen, when they come to Mombasa, they should not come for leadership. They will come to look for the sex, and they should come and relax in Coast Region. That is how women we have been displayed. That is how they are sending the message of exploitation of women in Coast Region. Now this presidential coordinator alikuwa anasema tutakwenda kumpa kura kwa yule mtu ambaye yuko na sisi kama wananchi, lakini wengine, meaning President Ruto, tutampea kura tu kwa sababu tunafaa tumpatie kura, lakini hatutategemea kitu kwake. Can you pick something out of that message. Senseless. It does not make sense. Why do you want to please the king who does not recognize that you need to be led? You want equality in leadership. Why do you still defend someone who cannot stand up for you? Why do you want to show that you are still thinking about someone who cannot guarantee the justice, security, and the freedom you want? Why? Ni kwa sababu Coast Region tunategemea sana campaigners to make our decision. There is so many chromosomes confused Y and X around Coast Region. They believe that there is one family. If you need to be voted, you need to go and sit down with that one family to be able to be voted in Mombasa. Let me tell you something. That is just a narrative. That is just something that people who are eating from that family, they're making you believe that is the only way. And this is what happens. When someone wants to lead you or corrupt you or exploit you, they will bring something to make you believe without them, you cannot do it. And the minute you believe it, my friend, you are done. Because I don't believe the vote of Mombasa and the rest of the Coast Region belongs with one person. The only thing I understand, they have mastered the skill of rigging for years. But one thing I will tell you, sometimes if you played an old game for so long, there is some people who will learn about your game and they will outsmart you at your own game and give you the spitting answer, the test of your medicine on your face. Myself, I was not born to bow down to any mankind. I can respect you, but bowing down to you is something that I'm not used to. I was born to understand one thing. I was gifted with this mentality of one thing. My respect. The only one person I can fear fully. And whenever I walk on these streets, I know that one person is watching no matter what I'm doing. Even if I have to kill during the day, I will not be scared of anyone. Yes, I can conceal the evidence, but I know there is someone who is watching, and that is God. So, we are going to try. We are going to do it. Either we win or we lose. We will walk away with grace, knowing that it was not our time, but not just because one family did not give you the blessing to go and be voted. That is how I understand it in the back of my mind. You as a Coastarian, do you believe for Batuli to be voted one day, she needs to have a blessing kutoka nyumba kuu? Do you believe that? Do you believe your vote? I know currently in this government and the Kenya right now, the vote does not count because the minute tumepanga foleni, they have won. But I cannot give up. There is a small hope that one day the vote of Kenya will count. We are the greatest country in democracy in East Africa. And we need to make sure that East African countries, they need to learn from Kenya. I know the Western people never gave us democracy to resemble them. They gave us democracy to exploit us in an easy way. But in Kenya, no matter what we need to do, we are not going to resemble America. We are not going even to be close to them because they cannot allow that. Their ego cannot allow that. But one thing, I'm sure, there are some things we can change and they can work. And that is why I'm telling you, your vote cannot be controlled by one person. No matter how cartel he is, no matter how unlearned he is, no matter how ununderstanding he is, he can have millions from our taxpayers' money. He can loot. He can have people to loot for him. But one thing I will let you know, he does not own Coast Region. It's the narrative that we are agreeing that he owns Coast Region. I'm only supposed to be scared of God. And that is it. So, do you believe you are owned by one family in Coast Region? And I mean Coast Region, from Mombasa to Lamu. Do you think one family has a say
in your vote. And I'm going to remind you one thing. Educated people, learned. I don't know how you term education. Kuna wale wamesoma elimu ya dunia, kuna wale wamesoma elimu ya shule. But learned people, they don't shout at the rooftop how powerful they are. And they don't intimidate people for them to be able to stay in power. And one thing I understand, if this one family was learned enough, because we know they're a bunch of fools, school, it was not something for them. If they are learned enough, they will know what to do to stay in power, not what they are doing currently. May God bless Kenya. May God bless Coastal Region.